Carly and her friend were just messing around one evening, laughing and recording random clips for fun. It wasn't even meant for posting, just something to look back on later. Her friend started doing a goofy little dance in the living room, and Carly pulled out her phone to film, both of them already cracking up at how ridiculous it looked.
Y aquí va Lala. Aquí va Lala bailando.
Dale, tu cara.
But right in the middle of the dance, something on the shelf behind her friend suddenly fell to the ground. Neither of them were anywhere near it, and there was no way it could have just tipped over by accident. Both girls screamed at the exact same time and bolted out of the room in panic, their laughter instantly turning into terrified shrieks. Later, when they replayed the footage, it only made them more unsettled because it was so clear nothing touched the object at all. What started out as a harmless, funny night turned into the moment they realized something else might be sharing the space with them. She had been lying in bed, scrolling on her phone and trying to relax after a long day when she first noticed it. At first, she thought it was just the house settling, or maybe a neighbor outside, but the dragging noise continued, low and heavy, moving slowly right outside her room. Her stomach dropped as the sound grew closer, scraping against the floor in a way that felt almost intentional.
Estoy preocupada en serio esta vez, ya me tienen podrida. Las cosas se mueven solas. Estoy recagada hasta las patas, encima estoy sola. Estoy recagada hasta las patas, mal. Ay, la concha de... Ya estoy cansada, ya les juro, chicas. ¿Quién sos? Ay, a la concha de la lora. No me dejan en paz. Ay, no. Ay, no.
Just as she gathered the courage to get up and check, the door to her bedroom slammed shut with terrifying force, making her jump out of bed in tears. Shaking, she opened the door again, only to watch as objects across the corridor collapsed violently to the ground, as if something had shoved them over. Before she could process what had just happened, the hallway lights went completely dark, leaving her crying in fear, knowing she was trapped in a place that didn't feel like her home anymore. Jamie worked as a security guard at a local facility, a job that usually came with long hours of silence and empty halls. He was used to creaks, hums, and the usual sounds of a quiet building at night, but one evening something different caught his attention. The noises he heard were far too distinct, making him believe someone might have actually gotten inside. Determined to keep the place secure, he began a search, carefully moving from room to room and even calling out in case it really was an intruder.
I'm gonna catch it, son of a bitch. Bear with me, guys. Okay, I'm back. Door was open again. Hello, security! Okay. I don't know how the hell they keep opening these. Hello? Yeah. Hey, you need to come out. I'm not playing anymore. I don't know where the hell these people are, or where. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, call. Just making sure there's nobody in here. Anybody in here? Hello? Yeah, but listen, you gotta get out of here. You're gonna have to come talk to me, okay? Where you at? I can't see you. You're correct, so you need to come out, okay? You guys hear this? This is broad daylight. I don't know where this kid is. Where are you? That when my video uploaded and what the the lights are flickering on and off. Hang on a second, guys. So don't know what the hell's going on here, but I'm about to check this out. Okay, guys. I'm really not sure what's going on here. Nope. Yeah, I'm done. This is some spooky shit going on here. Nope. This is why my security officer quit. Just so y'all can be witness here. I'm checking all this shit. I'm getting the hell out of here. This is my day off. I hear leaves crickling and shit. Nope. There was a kid standing, somebody was standing right over here when I walked right past them to the left. And the chapel lights just came on. Hello? Hey, look, if you're just out here fucking me, you're fixing to end up in jail, you understand? So where are you? Nope, I'm getting the Nope. Hell to the no. Somebody's out here fucking with me, or this is some scary shit. I ain't doing this garbage no more.
What he didn't expect was a ghostly voice to respond to his questions, chilling and clear enough to make him freeze. Convinced at first it must have been a trick, he later checked the CCTV thoroughly, only to confirm that nobody had entered the building or left that entire day. For Jamie, the realization that he had been speaking to something unseen turned an ordinary shift into an encounter he would never forget. This man had long accepted that his house was haunted, but each new occurrence still found a way to shake him. Strange noises echoed through the halls late at night, enough to convince him to grab his camera and investigate yet again.
Voy a grabar porque estoy en mi trabajo y vine a dejar unas cosas, pero aquí siempre se escuchan cosas raras, pero hoy, en el rato que llevo aquí, o sea, de plano ya son ruidos muy raros y voy a ver si puedo grabar algo. Este apagador está atorado, no puedo presionarlo, creo que no sirve y ni siquiera hay focos donde debería de haber. Este es un área como de, se almacenan muchas cosas viejas, pero la verdad, ahorita yo estoy solito aquí. Tengo mucho miedo, mames. ¿Qué fue eso? Ay, no sé si sea buena idea. Buena idea. Yo aquí no hay nada. Ay, no sé qué fue eso. O sea, estas súper rarísimo. No sé qué habrá sido, la verdad. Pero donde más se escucha es allá arriba y la neta me están temblando las piernas para subir. No, no mames. Algo se está moviendo allá arriba. No mames. No mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No manches. No mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No mames. No mames. Esto fue lo que se movió. Ay, me está temblando la mano. Ay. Tengo las orejas hasta calientes. Aquí no. Pues aquí nadie tiene acceso. O sea, no sube nadie. O sea, ahorita les voy a enseñar que no hay nada. Nada, ni nadie aquí. No mames. De hecho, que está como cerrada. Aquí. No hay nada. Miren aquí desde... No mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No mames. La verdad es que esta luz que está acá fue la que me hizo. No hay nadie. Aquí no sé qué pedo. No mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No manches.
As he reached the base of the attic staircase, the moment turned chilling when a cloth was suddenly pulled straight out of the dark doorway above, as if yanked by invisible hands. Heart pounding, he forced himself to climb the stairs, hoping to find an explanation waiting in the shadows. But when he finally reached the attic, there was nothing there, just the same dusty emptiness that had always been. It was another reminder that the presence in his home wasn't just noise or imagination, it was something unseen that wanted him to know it was there. Jigpoopuff had always been the kind of YouTuber who loved testing the limits of home alone setups, especially late at night when the house was completely quiet. On this particular evening, he decided to film some casual content, unaware that his own walls would soon become part of the show.
Okay, lights turned out again. What is that? This is creepy. Hello? Oh my... Oh.
The lights suddenly cut out, plunging the room into darkness, and a series of strange knocking sounds echoed along the walls. Heart racing, he spun around to check the source, only to catch sight of a painting on the wall, slowly tilting, as if nudged by an invisible hand. The subtle movement was enough to make him step back, realizing that this wasn't just a trick of the eye or a loose frame. Something unseen had made its presence known, turning his quiet night into a chilling encounter. Josh Robillard was driving home late one night after finishing some errands, the streets unusually quiet and misty. As he pulled into his driveway, something caught his eye, a human silhouette standing in one of his upstairs windows. Heart pounding, he quickly got out of the car, unsure if it was a prank, a reflection, or something more sinister.
Okay, so I just got home from work, and there should be nobody at my house right now. I mean, it should be completely empty. But I just pulled up, and what is that? Is that a person? What the fuck is that? Should be nobody in the house, nobody at all. Okay, well, guess I'll check it out. Okay.
He approached the house cautiously, peering through the window, but the room was empty. The shadow had vanished, leaving him confused and unnerved. Even after checking every corner, Josh found nothing out of place, but the fleeting glimpse had left a lingering chill that stayed with him the rest of the night, making him question whether he was truly alone in his home. Jorge Cruz had been haunted for a long time, experiencing a string of unexplainable events in his home. In a previous video, he caught a series of noises on camera, objects falling off shelves, and even a cross turning upside down on his mirror, confirming that something was definitely disturbing his household. In this new clip, Jorge attempts to take matters into his own hands. He sets up the camera, explaining his objective: to cleanse the space and force the spirit to leave. Holding holy water and a scripture, he begins saying his plan aloud.
Hello everybody. So today, I want to come here because I know that this room has been having quite a few activities, as you guys all seen, and I do want to have some prayers over this room. I know that, you know, a lot of people has been saying for me to pray. Obviously, I have some holy water, and I also have a Bible to pray over the room as well. So today, I obviously want to read. So today I want to start off by reading real quick. So I start real quick, all right? So we. Oh hell no! Oh hell.
As he continues, a shadow glides silently above him to his right, causing a chill to run down his spine. Shortly after, a cross on the shelf behind him falls, landing near a photo of his father. Jorge flinches, but continues his prayer, visibly shaken, yet determined. By the end of the recording, the room falls silent, leaving an uneasy calm. Viewers are left questioning whether his efforts had any effect, and the haunting seems far from over. A woman was home alone one night, relaxing on the couch while the TV played in front of her. She was about to get up and put some laundry away when something in the reflection of the screen made her freeze.
So I'm home alone, right?
I'm sitting here watching TV. And I'm like, I'm going back to my room. Once again, I just got done doing laundry at my sister's. So I'm about to go put everything up. Home alone with my dogs. And I think it's back.
Clear as day, the reflection showed a dark, demonic-looking figure sitting right next to her on the couch. She whipped her head around instantly, but of course, nothing was there. What makes this worse is that she claims this isn't the first time. It has happened more than once, and each time it leaves her more uneasy about being in her own home. Now she says she can't even relax watching TV anymore without checking the reflections first. Most people would find seeking ghosts a horrible activity that ends up badly, no matter the result. Either you find one and end up running away in fear, or you don't, and end up scrounging around for hours just to go back home again. It's a loss-loss situation. However, some people find the hunt thrilling, especially clueless teenagers, and the ones in our next video definitely weren't on the bright side. They decided to venture deep into the woods to check out an abandoned house, but they failed to remember one thing. Houses tend to be abandoned for a reason.
Come on. Come on.
Now be really quiet so we do hear him.
No one talk, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Come in faster. I can feel. Right. What? Go in there. Where's the back door? Wait, just here. Oh shit. Let's go.
We'll walk down there. Gotta walk down there. Oh, Diogo. Oh, shit, me hard.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll walk down.
Yeah, I follow you. But, no, we don't see anything with the camera.
Yeah, it's too dark.
Yeah.
It's not even a fucking window.
What?
It's a fucking window.
What?
There's someone who's at the window.
Act.
Someone was at the window.
Was?
It's gone really bright now. Is the window after open?
No, it's the same.
Oh, shit!
Immediately after entering, they felt a strange vibe about the location and knew they were straight into the deep end without knowing how to swim. Very quickly after entering, one of them noticed someone or something had passed by the window, and due to being in such a remote location, this was bound to cause fear. After alerting everyone, they stared at the window for a brief moment, and that's when it happened. It slammed shut in one great motion, causing them all to run home, the smartest decision of the night for them. Every night without fail, a man would close one of the doors in the house because he didn't like giving his dog free rein of the place. It was an untrustworthy dog, and he was convinced that it would cause a mess if allowed outside of the sitting room at night. So he decided this was the smart alternative. Strangely though, over the past few weeks, he had been waking up to an open door, and at first he thought his dog had figured out how to do it. It was tall after all. However, one night when he was going to the kitchen, this theory was disproved. Whenever he shut the door, some sort of spiritual face pressed itself against the glass, and it was almost as if it wanted to escape. Paranoid, the man kept opening and closing the door in hopes that the poltergeist would perhaps disappear, but of course, it didn't. Eventually, he got curious and placed his hand against the glass to see what would happen, and it was mesmerizing, to put it lightly. The hand of the spirit pressed against the same place, and the man described a warm feeling filling his body. Perhaps it wasn't an evil spirit at all. Alex is a man who we have seen very recently on this channel, and the haunting that he is going through is one that many would not be able to handle. Quite a while back, his great-grandfather died of natural causes at 93 years of age, which was deeply saddening to the family. They thought that they would never see him ever again at the time, but little did they know Alex would. Last time, a noise led him to some keys that he did not know the purpose of, and he kept them around in case he figured it out. They were involved in this clip too, so take a look.
Okay, I just heard a loud bang out here. It's the middle of the night. Sounded like it was coming from the kitchen. Hello? Oh, shit. Hello? Is there somebody here? Is there somebody here? What the? Okay, so I just came out and saw this chair freaking slide by itself away from the table, and when I look at what was out on the table, or what I definitely did not put out here, it is my great-grandfather's journal, his old letters, those keys I found, and a photo album that I had not even known was here. This looks like an old, really old family photo album, and then this is a picture of my grandmother. My great-grandfather's daughter. So I'm freaking out right now. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have gone to that graveyard. I don't know.
Again, the clip starts with a loud bang in the middle of the night, as if the ghost's only strategy is luring its prey into its traps. Today's trap was a moving chair that acted as a distraction to Alex, whilst it messed with something else. The ghost somehow gathered a bunch of great-grandfather-related items and placed them all on the same table, which was super creepy for Alex. He is almost certain the cause of this is his great-grandfather, but he feels like the tint of evil is way too high to be him. With the slight possibility of relation to the poltergeist, though, it was enough to make Alex put up with it for a bit longer, and he continued to gather video evidence so he could potentially connect some dots. One night he heard the infamous sounds from downstairs again, so as per usual, went to investigate with full awareness that a spirit was causing it. He was not aware, however, of how crazy this footage was about to be.
So I just captured something else on tape. While I was actually taking the tape, I did not notice it at all, but you go ahead and take a look at it and tell me what you think. Okay, I just heard a really loud noise coming up here from the same place where all the other stuff has been going on. Like something was dragging across the floor. Turn on the lights, like everybody says. Okay, come on. I know I heard something. I don't know. Let's see, I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing here. Turn on this light down here. No, I don't know. Did you see it? Let's take a closer look. Yeah, so that is somebody peeking out from my laundry room. I couldn't get a good look at it, but I don't know. That definitely looked like somebody to me. And there's nobody there. I've already checked. Nobody who is pale white hiding in my laundry room. So I'm freaked out right now.
Unlike his past footage where the poltergeist does some creepy stuff, with no explanation and mysteriously leaves without a singular way of tracking it. This time it showed itself. Later on, Alex sent it to some relatives to see if it had any resemblance of his great-grandfather in their eyes, as they knew him at a young state, and all of them said that whatever this was, it was definitely different and had an evil intent. Visiting a place that you have complete confidence in being haunted is something that only a psychologically insane person would do, and I would place the two kids in the following video in that category. They were both very young at the time, and their great-grandmother had recently passed away, meaning the family was in a state of despair. Unlike the rest though, these children recovered within a week. They decided to visit her house in an attempt to contact her once again and hid the plan from their parents entirely. This is what went down at the location, so have a look.
Estamos aquí en la casa de mi bisabuela, se fue la...
¿Qué es eso?
Se fue la luz. Esta es la casita, porque... Y mi mamá... Espérense. Y mi mamá y mi abuela se fueron al Oxxo a comprar velas por eso, por lo que pasó de que se fue la luz. Y pues estamos aquí, estas son las... Mi abuelito... Espérense, no sean chillones. No va a pasar nada. Y esas son las cenizas de mi bisabuelo, porque pues desgraciadamente él ya falleció. Y el baño está allá. El baño, mi hermano quiere hacer pipí, pero el baño está allá. Y mi abuela nos dijo que cuidáramos. Mi abuelo nos dijo que cuidáramos aquí su casa, en lo que ellas iban. Pero espérense. Pero pues el problema es que aquí no sabemos. Y pues no tengan miedo. No pasa nada. Abuelito, ¿si estás aquí? Preséntate ante nosotros. Si estás aquí, preséntate ante nosotros.
Somos tus
nietos.
If you paid enough attention throughout the video, you would have noticed the two most frightening parts about it. First of all, a pair of bright, glowing eyes could be seen without a body, which is often a way in which evil spirits portray themselves to display mystery. Furthermore, some kind of black object kept swaying in and out of the entrance, and while it could have easily been some curtains, it could just as easily be a poltergeist. Ghost hunting can be more than a hobby. It can actually be a freelance job, and believe it or not, it pays thousands of dollars if you're any good at it. This next clip comes from a ghost hunter's exploration of a house that somebody was interested in buying and wanted it checked before proceeding with an offer. For quite some time, the hunter saw absolutely no sign of the paranormal, which meant he would make less money, so he kept going, until eventually he hit the jackpot.
Okay, everybody, hold still for a second. Hello? Can you talk to us?
Roughly 14 seconds into the sequence, some sort of apparition can be seen walking back into a room, and upon closer inspection, it looks like a child. After the clip ended, the hunter followed into the room, but to his dismay, things went back to normal. However, this was more than enough to prove the ghost's existence and pay the bag, so he walked home happy. The buyer with interest, however, not so much. There aren't many feelings worse than being called a liar, despite telling the absolute truth, and you can argue with that all you want in the comments. What makes this feeling even worse is when you have a weird entity on your back, and no one trusts that you're in the right state of mind, so you can't get help. This was the case for Alejandro, a regular Mexican man who wanted nothing but safety for his family, but this puts it at risk.
Bueno, esto está pasando en mi casa. Hay actividad paranormal, la puerta se azota. Hay cosas que se mueven. Vean mi papel de baño. Ya revisé y no hay absolutamente nada. A las plenas 4 de la tarde está pasando esto. Estoy documentándolo para mandarlo, que lo examine. A nuestros plenos ojos algo está sucediendo. La puerta se cierra solita. Bueno, la puerta puede ser por el aire, mucho aire. Sin embargo, de repente vean lo que está pasando con el papel de baño. Y es increíble que esté pasando esto a plena luz del día. Vamos a tener que mandar esto para que lo examinen las personas que se dedican a los fenómenos paranormales.
Regardless of the ghost not doing anything you could consider aggressive, Alejandro saw the potential and immediately went to his local place of religion to seek assistance. From this point and forwards, he will not rest until it is a guarantee the ghost isn't in his house. Small gatherings are meant to be fun and enjoyable times for friends and/or families, but this one was ruined by the paranormal world. All that a group of friends wanted to do was meet up at someone's house, play some games, and have a few drinks, but even that's too much fun for a ghost's liking. Take a look.
So the TV turned off right now by itself. This has been happening too.
Dude, something like that, dude, you gotta, I feel like I've seen that before. You gotta, whenever since I was young, you gotta like call it out or something. Like, you just gotta call it, like literally, bro, just like, is anybody here? Is anybody here? It's like, no, you just anybody here, sorry.
What was that? I think it was upstairs. Sounded like a big old bang. This has been happening, bro. Ooh, it's dark as fuck, dude. Oh, dude, it looks creepy. It looks fucking creepy up here, bro. Oh, shit.
Turn off down here.
Go. I don't want to be back, bro.
Light just turned off down here.
Holy.
The light over there just turned off. I'm not even joking.
Let's just go.
We should just get out of here. The light just turned off down here. Yeah. The light over there just turned off. I'm not even joking.
Should we just go?
Yeah, I think we should leave. I think we should just get out of here. Honestly. Honestly, I'm not even grabbing nothing. I'm just gonna go. Can we just go?
It rudely interrupted by tampering with the lights and moving a television remote completely by itself. The camera had the whole remote in shot, so there was a 0% chance it was anything but a ghost that caused this. The gathering had to stop early, and it's safe to say none of them could rest properly that night. The following video was captured and uploaded to a YouTube channel named Parasomnia MX, with the name of the actual person behind it being unknown. It took place at roughly midnight, and he heard a loud bang from outside of his room, and due to being the only person living in the property, this was scary for obvious reasons. In case it was something little like his dog knocking something over, he went to investigate, but no matter what he thought it could have been, what it actually was definitely at the bottom of his predictions.
Okay, it's like midnight right now. I was sleeping on my couch and I heard a loud bang. I've heard it before, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was the dogs on the deck or something. But I think if I sit and wait, you'll see I just seen it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. There it is. It's my cupboards. Let's see. Holy shit, what is shaking? I'm just gonna sit here and videotape for a minute. See what happens. See what happens. This is scary. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh! Holy shit. What the? Okay. I'm cool. I'm cool. Let me get up and... Ooh, I'm just shaking. Look at my goosebumps. Okay. It's my grandma's old house too. It's old. I remember that light being on. Let's see what this looks like. I don't want to go too close to. That's just creepy. I have no idea. Like, there's nobody in my house right now. Like, nobody. I can hear something in that room. Okay. That's weird. What is that? Somebody's in that room. Ah! Whoa! Okay. Look at those goosebumps. I'm gonna go look. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Ooh, scary. There's like nobody in here. I'm freaking out, man. This is scary shit. This is really scary shit. I knew I could hear stuff before, but I don't know. It's so weird. It's like I could hear it. Oh. I'm going outside.
Strangely, the cabinet continuously opened itself, and whatever was inside of it must have really drawn the spirit's attention. Furthermore, it drew the bead string entrance open a small bit, whilst the man was looking at it, which caused him to investigate, but nobody was on the other side. This is when he realized that he was dealing with a spirit and instantly uploaded it to social media for people to offer advice. I hope that he got what he needed and that the ghost is no longer with him. On May 11th of 1993, at roughly 2 o'clock in the morning, one of John Osborne's house cameras detected something absolutely unbelievable. For the past few days, his family had been noticing really weird things happening around the household, and John, after seeking advice, was told to set up cameras in order to obtain more evidence. At first, he thought this was lazy advice that would lead to nothing, as some spirits become camera shy. But fortunately, this spirit was not one of them.
3,000 miles away in Ohio, another family believes they're not alone.
The family had been hearing noises at night. They would wake up in the morning and find things move, overturn, broken dishes and glasses.
Searching for the cause, the father leaves a video camera rolling overnight. This is his amazing videotape. Watch as the glass moves across the table, apparently on its own.
And then we see a typewriter move, which is not plugged in.
Next, a chair slides away from the table. and the reclining chair mysteriously begins to rock back and forth.
Then we hear the front door of the house, left of the rocking chair, open and then close.
John Osborne offers his opinion of these disturbing images.
I've watched it countless times looking for any evidence of foul play, and I couldn't find it.
From sliding a glass across the table to moving a literal chair, this poltergeist was doing the opposite of messing around. John was super fortunate to have caught this on camera, and a popular television station chose to broadcast it for a wider audience to see in the hopes that it would reach someone who could provide some decent help for the family. The most recent report is that they are searching for some sort of professional ghost hunter, but it's a big struggle staying within budget. Watching TV is a leisurely activity that many people across the world spend far too much time doing. The man in our next clip was by no means any different. In the build-up to the clip, he was watching his favorite television series for the third time, and no matter how many times he watched it, it never got boring. Unfortunately, something else must have liked the series too though, because it definitely got a bit too close for the man's liking.
God damn it. This is getting old. Shit! You gotta come out. What the? Oh. Shit. I'm out of here.
Out of nowhere, some cutlery launched itself out of a drawer, so the man was forced to pause the show, stand up and investigate. To his dismay, there was nobody there, which left him very confused. But as he sat back down, he noticed what had caused it through a ghostly apparition that frightened him so much, I bet he soiled himself. To be honest though, I would too if I came face to face with an entity of that nature. When your house is haunted, the first step is trying to get in touch with any form of expert who can guide you in the correct direction to get rid of it. For some, this step is super simple, but for others they find something about it really hard, and that something is proving that they've actually been haunted. This is because a lot of poltergeists are actually camera shy and don't cause as much havoc when placed ahead of a lens. But fortunately, Sergio, the man who recorded this, was eventually able to get some footage.
Buenas noches amigos, les habla su amigo Trovadoc. En videos previos ya les había comentado que han estado pasando fenómenos extraños aquí en la casa los últimos meses. De hecho los perros están muy acelerados ahorita porque se escucharon ruidos por el rumbo de la sala. Y aproveché ahorita para grabar a ver si captamos algo. Se ha escuchado movimiento. Hemos visto una silueta un par de veces y pues bueno, vamos a ver qué logramos y si logramos captar algo. Ay, cabrón. Aquí como ven no hay nada. Vamos a grabar donde estaban escuchando los ruidos. Debo de admitir que estoy un poco nervioso. Ahí se puede escuchar el perro, que está un poquito alterado. No se ve muy bien. No sé qué es lo que esté pasando. Lo que se cayó fue un muñequito de Santa Claus de los adornos de Navidad. Previo a esto, donde hemos visto la silueta pasar, puse talco para ver si lográbamos captar alguna huella. Ahorita voy a prender la luz a ver si se ve algo. Estos ruidos son ya sumamente frecuentes. Estas huellas evidentemente no estaban. Hace como una hora que puse el talco y van más o menos al rumbo donde está el Santa Claus que se cayó. Voy a parar el video porque voy a salir de la casa para tratar de ver que no haya nadie, que no se... Estoy un poco nervioso, compañeros, pero bueno, me despido de ustedes. No olviden suscribirse al canal. A caramba, los saluda su amigo Trovadoc y denle dedito arriba para motivarnos y seguir grabando este tipo de fenómenos, a ver si encontramos alguna explicación. Muchas gracias.
After watching some YouTube, the man heard a dog whining, and the most important part about this is that he doesn't even own one. Concerned, he started filming, and things happened in the following order. A cabinet opened, a doll fell from a counter, and he saw paw prints. All of these things together practically confirmed that a literal dog was haunting him, and these things are much harder to get rid of than actual spirits. I wish the man all of my luck. A duo under the YouTube. Alias, exploring with Josh, decided that they were going to go and investigate an old and abandoned secondary school that was rumored to be haunted among the locals. At first, the duo believed this was some sort of fake story made up by ex-students of the school, but they realized very quickly after entering that this was not the case. The walls were absolutely full with graffiti, but this should have been expected in an abandoned location. What happened next was far from expected, though.
Guys, so much doors are opening and closing right now. It sounds like something tapping. It sounds like someone hitting like a wall. I know, it really does though. Oh my god, did you get that on tape?
No.
That is insane.
Wait for you to get it.
Oh my god, another door just closed. Oh my god. We gotta get out of here. Holy shit, we're just standing on a... Dude, upside down crosses? Oh my god. Only he can't save. Can't save. Only he can save. This is insane. We can't be here that long. We're getting back to some dangerous shit, guys. 666 devil. Upside down cross.
Out of the blue, a door slowly creaked open by itself, and this creeped the hell out of the duo. Straight after this, 2 more doors down the hallway slammed themselves shut, and it was obvious that whatever was claimed to haunt this place had awoken. They escaped the facility as quickly as they could and published it for all to see, confirming that not all rumors aren't a fact. Dog Vlogs is a well-known ghost hunter, and what he does on YouTube is pretty self-explanatory. He visits locations that are presumed to have a haunted nature and documents them to see if it's true. This time around, he was checking out an abandoned hospital at night, and the scariest part is that he didn't have a single person with him. No crew, no friends, just him and his camera capturing raw footage, and this is what it got.
Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna waste my time if you're not gonna believe me. What? You cannot tell me you did not just hear that. Sounded like it was in this first room. If somebody's there, you better call yourself out right now. It was in this room, guys. Wait. See, this is exactly what I mean, guys. This is the type of stuff that was happening on camera that I said you weren't going to believe. I am tripping out. Yeah, I don't get it. If you're here, you better call yourself out. I'm gonna look behind all these doors and everything. I know it wasn't this far down. There's no way it was this far down. It came from this room. I don't get it. Hello? Did you pass away in the shower? Yo, what the f? No. There's no way. I'm filming. Something just touched my f***ing arm. I've got the worst cold chills right now. Shit is popping off in this hospital right now. I don't know, guys. I want to keep going, but I'm so scared right now. Alright, guys, we're in the main lobby right now, as you can tell. And I kept hearing some weird noises over here before I started filming. And then when I came back down to the lobby, all I keep hearing is noises. I looked around upstairs, did not find anybody that did that cough. But now I hear something down here. I'm back on the first floor. Let's go. This is actually... Hello? Why am I so cold down here? Sounded like a footstep over there. So, off camera, guys, this fountain was going off. As you guys can tell, this only works by touch. So, I don't know how that thing was going off. If anybody's here and you'd like to communicate with me, push those two little buttons right there and you'll make the water go off. You can use the water going on as a yes and keep it off for a no. Do you want to talk with me? Whoa. Seriously? Okay, calm down, calm down. Ooh, I just got cold chills. If anybody's here, do something to this fountain right now. Turn it on. I need a drink. I'm thirsty. Can you turn it on for me? I'm thirsty. Can you turn this fountain on? Oh, okay. No. I just got the coldest chills. Look at this. Oh, come on, focus. Oh my God. Good job. Hold on, guys. I got my EMF detector. Let me check this. Alright, guys. I just got my EMF detector out. Whoa. why is that? Oh, whoa. Are you kidding me? I'm getting so cold right now. If you're here and like to, oh my God. Look at guys, it's a base reading of 0 all the way around. And as soon as we go to the fountain, it goes to turn on. If you're here, turn the fountain on. So, whoa. Okay, that is confirmed paranormal, and that's my cue to get out of here, guys. Whoa. Alright guys, on that note, hope you enjoyed the adventure. If you do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting the heck out of here. That was crazy. The fact that it was going off on command with the EMF spikes. I'm just mind blown. But I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, cop yourselves and get out and do something merch. Links down below. Help support the channel. Keep the adventures coming. But I got to get out of here. I'm tripping out. Just so you know, it wasn't bullshit. It is now 3:50. It took me 50 minutes.
A noise could be heard somewhere in the hospital, and the YouTuber was able to correctly identify which room it came from. However, this was not the highlight. Later on, he found a tap that he claimed turned itself on, but wasn't able to get footage of. He had the sudden idea to ask the ghost questions, and used the tap as a means to get answers though, and it listened, which confirmed the hauntedness of the place, allowing dog vlogs to leave the scene with the questions answered. In the following video, a couple were filming an innocent Snapchat video to send to a group chat of some friends that they shared. It was because one of the friends sent a snap asking other people to show what they're up to, and it would be rude to ignore it, so they decided to send one back. However, little did they know how much it would frighten the group.
Bro, encontré la linterna. ¿Para qué la linterna igual si está...? Bueno, se apagó un toque la luz y ella ya tiene miedo.
Bro, basta.
Decí qué pasó, bro. Bueno, digo yo. Se cortó la luz y se escuchó como un ruido, un ruido. Y entonces Mili tiene miedo y ahora es como que tuve que traer una linterna para la nena. Arre que yo también me asusté.
Ay, puta madre, no hay internet.
¿Cómo que no hay internet?
¿No hay internet?
Dale, bro, contá.
Basta, bro, no insista, no quiero. No me gusta. Yo no estoy hablando de esas cosas.
Y ahora, bueno, ahora tiene miedo la nena. Yo ya estoy acostumbrado y quiero grabar. Ay. Se mueve. Cualquiera, guacho. Ay, estoy temblando. ¿Viste? ¿Viste?
No, basta.
Se movió la luz.
Basta, te dije que basta. Basta, bro, en serio, no me gusta.
Ay, ¿qué?
Papá, que fue Maki.
¿Cómo que fue Maki? La concha de tu madre, se movió eso.
No sé. Llamala. ¡Maki!
No, vos no grité, están durmiendo.
¡Maki!
No grité, anda a buscarla.
Tómatela. Bueno, vamos.
Vámonos. ¿Qué? Yo primero
Sí,
la concha
estúpido.
tuya. Ay, no, tengo miedo, bro.
Y bueno, pero yo también tengo miedo. Yo te dije que no hables. No, bro, no quiero.
Dale, abrimos la puerta un toque y vamos.
Tengo
Abrimos
miedo.
y vamos.
Tengo miedo,
Abrimos
bro.
y vamos. Dale. Dale, dale.
Llamala a Maki.
Abrimos y vamos un toque.
La concha de su madre. Igual no.
Está la luz prendida, tío, la concha de tu madre. ¿Qué tenés miedo?
La concha tuya.
¡Cerró, boluda! ¡Ale! ¡Ale! ¡Ay, boludo! ¡Ale! ¡Ale!
En serio, bro. Ya fue. Llama a Andy. ¡Bro!
¡Andy! ¡Andy!
¡Andy!
Suddenly, the bells above the kitchen table started to chime on their own accord, and it was almost as if someone was there, gently pushing them. In order to further prove that this was paranormal, I'll also point out that the house had no windows open or anything of that sort, so it could not have been the wind. After this, a chair moved on its own, which triggered the couple to close the door and hide in a room where it still didn't stop. It started to aggressively push against the door while they were still inside, which must have scared them like hell. Ian, better known online as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, has been featured on this channel countless times, traveling solo to some of the most haunted places in America. In this clip, he was exploring an abandoned theater entirely alone at night, a location with a long and unsettling reputation. Determined to get real evidence, he made his way down into the basement, a place local stories claimed even workers refused to enter after dark.
Time to explore the basement. Ooh, feels a lot creepier down here. Not gonna lie. Hello? Is there anybody down here? Nothing but eerie silence. A lot of cool artifacts. Anyone down in here? Creepy old fireplace. Oh my god, those sounded like voices. Hello? That legit sounded like people talking. Who's talking?
As Ian descended the final steps, the atmosphere thickened, and he began to hear faint noises echoing through the basement corridors. At first, it was unclear, distant tapping or maybe shifting debris, but it grew more rhythmic, almost deliberate. He stood still, trying to pinpoint it, but the sound seemed to circle him. Make sure to subscribe because this story will continue in a future video. Mike has always been the kind of person who notices the little things, small movements, changes in sound, anything slightly out of place. Lately though, those little things in his home have been happening far too often for comfort. He says it started with odd sounds at night, but recently the activity has been bold enough to catch in daylight. That's when he decided to start filming, just to have proof of what he was seeing. The footage starts in his dining room, where a wooden chair at the table slides itself just a few inches across the floor. In the second part, the camera is in the kitchen, capturing one of the drawers pulling open slowly and deliberately, as though someone was standing right there. Finally, the third clip shows a wall sticker in his living room peeling away from the surface on its own, curling toward the floor with no one touching it. Mike says all three moments happened within days of each other, and while none of them were violent, the fact that they keep escalating has him wondering just how far this is going to go. Mateo works nights as a security guard at a large hospital, a job that's usually more about patience than action. Most shifts are long stretches of quiet hallways, the occasional patient wandering in confusion, and the hum of fluorescent lights. But he says that over the past few weeks, strange things have been happening, such as unexplained noises, flickering lights, and shadows where there shouldn't be any. That's when he decided to start filming during his rounds, just in case.
Se oye una voz rara aquí como... Ush. Son las domingo. No hay nadie. La silla se mueve sola. Se apagaron las luces cuando entré. No hay nadie en el baño.
The footage begins in one of the hospital's empty corridors. A chair sitting against the wall suddenly slides a long distance across the floor, scraping as it moves. Just a second later, something faint and humanoid appears to shift around the corner at the far end of the hall. Mateo immediately rushes over, the camera shaking as he turns the corner, only to find absolutely nothing there. No footsteps, no movement, no sign that anyone had been in the area at all. He says the hospital's night staff have whispered about hauntings for years, but after that encounter, Mateo admits he's starting to believe them. Let's just hope if this place is haunted, the spirit leaves soon. Sarah had just finished putting her daughter to bed and was settling down to watch some TV in the living room. It was a quiet night, the kind where everything feels normal and peaceful. But then, out of nowhere, she heard a familiar sound coming from her daughter's room, a toy starting to play music on its own. Confused and a little uneasy, she grabbed her phone and decided to film what was happening.
If you scare easily, use your discernment, but this is the completely uncut and unfiltered clips that I took tonight after a couple of really weird things happened in my house. My daughter's been asleep for 2 hours. She's all the way over there. How is this standing up perfectly upright and turned on? She can't reach that. Hi, baby. And she's dead asleep when that thing just came on. There's no way.
Sarah cautiously enters the dimly lit room, pointing the camera toward the toy. It's sitting upright on the desk, far out of reach, and playing music by itself. Sarah quickly turns it off, her breath shaky, clearly unsettled by what she just witnessed. Afterwards, Sarah says she's reached out to paranormal experts, hoping they can help explain or put an end to the strange occurrences in her home. She's left wondering if this is just a harmless glitch or something far more unsettling. Around midnight, a family began receiving repeated notifications of movement detected by their security cameras. Concerned, the father immediately checked his phone to see what was causing the alerts. The footage shows a dark, demonic-looking head slowly peeking around a corner. The image is unsettling, and unlike anything they had seen before. Despite the chilling sight, the family remains unsure what to make of it. Some suggest it could be a strange light reflection or a trick of the camera lens, while others worry it might be something far more sinister. For now, the mystery remains unresolved, leaving them on edge and unsure what to expect next. Marco works as a security guard at a local mall and recently started noticing strange motion detections coming from the basement. His boss instructed him to go check it out and bring his camera along, just in case.
Dios. Esto sí que es extraño. Acabo de prender la cámara porque la silla que estaba junto a las otras empezó a moverse. Eran 4 sillas, pero una empezó a moverse. Está detrás de la columna, a tan solo unos metros. Pero puedo ver. Aquí está de nuevo moviéndose de nuevo. No puedo creerlo. Viene hacia mí. Creo que viene hacia mí. Viene hacia mí. Esta maldita silla. Maldita silla. Se está moviendo. Maldita silla. Maldita silla. Maldita silla. Maldita silla. Se está moviendo. Estoy atrás de la caja registradora. No puede ser. Creo que algo extraño sucede aquí. Como muy extraño sucede. Otra vez la silla, maldita silla se está moviendo. Se está moviendo, maldita sea. Maldita sea. Maldita sea. Maldita sea. Esa maldita silla se está moviendo de nuevo. Parece que no quisiera. Por Dios, esa maldita silla. Esa maldita silla. Creo que voy a llamar al 911. Creo que llamaré al 911.
Down in the dimly lit basement, Marco films as a red chair slowly slides across the floor, inching closer to him on its own. The movement is eerie and completely unexplained. After the clip, Marco admitted feeling shaken, but stayed professional. He's still unsure what caused the chair to move, and plans to report it to his supervisors while staying alert for anything else unusual. The whole experience left him questioning what might really be lurking in the basement. Macchio had recently moved into a new home, still unpacking boxes and adjusting to the unfamiliar surroundings. Despite the excitement of a fresh start, he kept noticing odd things such as small sounds, items slightly out of place, but nothing he could quite explain. One night, just as he was settling into bed, a persistent rustling noise from downstairs caught his attention. Curious and a bit uneasy, he decided to investigate.
Estamos aquí en la funeraria, otra vez. Con ruidos raros. Entonces, pues, está solo. Ahora sí. ¿Cuál pinche que se ve? Que nada. Estoy solo. Estoy solo a la chingada. Estoy solo. A la chingada. A la chingada. A la vez. No mames, no mames, no mames. A la chingada.
As he filmed, several tall, pillar-like objects in the living room suddenly began to collapse one by one, falling with no visible cause or anyone near them. The way they toppled seemed deliberate, as if an unseen force was at work. Macchio quickly realized this was no ordinary disturbance. This had all the hallmarks of a poltergeist. He shared the footage with his followers, explaining that while he hoped it was harmless, the activity was clearly escalating. Since then, he's been researching ways to handle such paranormal presence, considering everything from cleansing rituals to calling in experts. The experience left him cautious but determined to understand what exactly was happening in his new home. Ian, known for his solo explorations of abandoned places, ventured into the backstage area of a long-forgotten theater. The corridors were lined with dusty props and old equipment, remnants of a bygone era. He marveled at the intricate lifts and old beauty mirrors, capturing the eerie beauty of the decaying space. At first, everything seemed calm, the silence only broken by the creaks of the building settling. But then, something weird happened.
Backstage area. I hear that a former costume designer haunts this place. Could you give me a sign of your presence? Oh wow, look at that. That's the underneath of the stage. This looks like where actors would go through. They go through that door right there. And then this looks like some kind of lift or something. If there's anybody over here, could you make a noise for me? Oh my gosh, that scared me. That's just the motion light. Whew. Dang. Hello? Anyone back here? I thought I heard something up there. Hello? Let's go up there and find out what it was.
Faint noises echoed from upstairs, and it was super creepy. Considering this was a solo mission, Ian's curiosity piqued, and he decided to investigate further. Subscribe to my channel to see the full clip of his upstairs adventure and to follow his ongoing investigations into the paranormal. A man was out shopping, carrying his dog safely in his arms as he moved through the aisles. Everything seemed normal at first, but then his dog suddenly started squirming, twisting and turning as if desperate to get down. The man was puzzled, but gently tried to calm the dog, thinking it might just be restless. After a few tense moments, the dog finally managed to slip from his hold and land on the floor. What happened next was truly bizarre and unsettling. The video shows something invisible bending the man's finger all the way back in a way that looked painful, but no one or nothing was visibly there to cause it. What makes this especially chilling is that ghost encounters rarely involve physical pain, so for something unseen to cause actual discomfort is frightening and very unusual. The man himself looked shocked and confused, clearly shaken by the experience, and viewers watching the clip have been left wondering what exactly could have caused this strange event in the middle of an otherwise normal shopping trip. The Alchemist Theater is a haunted location in Wisconsin, but Phil Koch had something to say about that. He always believed in the paranormal world, but never bought into this specific place being a part of it, and wanted to disprove his own thoughts. This is why Mr. Koch decided to visit the location with good enough gear to capture evidence and force himself to believe that the Wisconsin Alchemist Theater was, in fact, haunted. This is the evidence that he was able to uncover.
I've been sitting here for a while. Nothing going on. What the hell? Something just moved. Something just moved behind me. Jeez. Something just moved behind me. Jeez. Okay. I don't know. I don't see anything. Have a look here. Holy crap, I don't know if that seat was down. I have no idea. All the seats are up in this theater. This one's down. Huh. Focus. Yeah.
Strangely, the seat behind Phil Koch moved on its own accord, and it was almost as if the spirit had decided to join him in taking a seat. This spooked Phil to the maximum, who investigated the surrounding area of the seat to be certain that nothing caused it, and as expected, there was nothing. One conclusion was drawn from this: the Alchemist Theater was really haunted, and the hunter had to leave before they became the hunted. Phil walked home that night in constant fear that he was being watched, and he couldn't identify why this feeling was overpowering his others. It wasn't as if anybody else was there with him. Fortunately, he was able to make it all the way back home without anything out of the ordinary happening. But that does not mean nothing happened in his own home. He had only been relaxing for 10 minutes when this piece of footage was captured.
So I'm in my bunker. Nobody's home. And Michael and I were talking about how we think the house is haunted again. Things are falling down and weird stuff. So, I'm calling out all ghosts. All ghosts. Is there somebody here? Say something into this little microphone here. My regular recorder isn't working. Go ahead. Say something loud. You know. Jesus! Something loud. You know. Jesus!
Oh, crap. That scared the crap out of me. Okay, stuff is falling down, I thought. What the hell fell down? I saw everything fall off the shelf. Okay. Talking to the thing. Jeez, what the hell is... Anything else? I wonder if I'm getting any EVPs. This is why I got out of the ghost hunting business. This kind of stuff just freaks me out. Anybody else want to do anything while I'm here? Mary's gonna be so pissed. Alright. Anything? Don't throw anything at me. You can come to the damn party, I don't care. You're here, stay. Scare my guests. Just don't scare me. And now I gotta pick this stuff up. Stupid ghosts. Alright. Fine. I gotta watch this and see exactly what happened. Goodbye.
This time around, items inside of Phil's home fell to the ground, and as an experienced man in the field, he knew exactly what had happened. A ghost of some form penetrated the house, and there was one likely conclusion. It must have been the one from the theater. Sometimes spirits have the tendency to attach to people who visit their locations and haunt them for life. I am sure that Phil Koch will find a way to detach it, though. On June the 23rd of 2014, a teenage boy was in his room when he got the sudden urge to start filming. His room had been acting weird recently, with random objects falling from shelves unprompted. It is not what you want to see at all. Anyway, back to the sudden urge to film. The boy gave in and took out his phone to see what he could catch on camera, and he expected the poltergeist to get a tad bit camera shy. But this is the opposite of what actually occurred.
Been hearing noises again. It's happening as usual. See? Daylight this time. Coming from over there. Old PlayStation games fell down. Fuck me. Fucking stupid is this? Oh, I'm sick and tired of doing this. Sorry about the angle. That's what I have to put up with. I've seen them move again.
going on? Fucking stupid. Battery's dying. Fucking battery. Oh my god, it's bad. Don't give me banging.
Instead of turning shy and not causing anything to happen at all, the ghost started constantly launching CDs to the ground, and it was some scary stuff. The boy fortunately stayed strong and kept putting them back where they belonged, but no matter what he did, they ended up back on the floor. He is currently in talks with his parents trying to make them believe him, so I send him all of the luck that I can possibly offer. Leandro was home alone one night while his mother was out at a party. The house was quiet, but something about the silence felt off. He couldn't shake the sensation that he wasn't really alone, like the air itself had changed. It wasn't fear exactly, it was more like pressure, a weight he couldn't explain. To calm himself, he grabbed his phone and began filming, hoping that recording would make him feel more in control.
Veja o que aconteceu na minha casa, às 3h15 da madrugada.
Cara, faz horas que eu tô ouvindo um barulho aqui, então eu resolvi filmar pra vocês. Não sei, mas parece que tinha alguém, sei lá, fazendo um barulho, mexendo aqui na varanda de casa. Eu tô sozinho hoje. Minha mãe saiu, foi lá pra minha tia. Hoje eu tô sozinho, então...
Tinha alguma coisa mexendo na chave da porta.
Quando eu tô sozinho. Hã? Oi? A chave tá balançando. Olha só, não para. Gente, olha só, eu vou acender até a luz. Olha isso. Olha só, cara, que sinistro. Ela fica mexendo e não para. Ó, eu vou ficar até longe, ó. Olha lá. Não para de mexer. Olha isso, cara. Eu tô ouvindo um barulho, eu tô achando... Acho que é isso, a chave tava mexendo, não sei. Olha, não para. Ai, credo, velho, que susto. Ai, credo. Nossa, sinistro essas horas, velho. Acho que não tem ninguém acordado essas horas. Só eu, aqui dentro de casa. Eu vou dormir com a luz acesa hoje, quero nem saber. Eu odeio dormir sozinho em casa, odeio. Não, tem motoqueiro na rua ainda. Mas tem uma coisa que eu detesto, é dormir sozinho em casa. Cara, mas que sinistro. Que isso, cara, olha isso. Olha aí, o ventilador. Tá doido, ele tá desligado, tá fora da tomada. Deixa eu acender o... Olha lá. Olha isso. Olha lá. Não, tá de brincadeira comigo, né? Olha aqui. Tá fora da tomada ela. Ah não, velho, na moral mesmo. Tá de brincadeira mesmo, né?
In the footage, some keys start moving all by themselves, jingling in slow, unnatural motions. Leandro opens the door to check behind it, but there's nothing there. Just as he steps back into the sitting room, the orange fan behind the door begins to spin. even though it's clearly unplugged. His voice in the video shakes a little, caught between disbelief and panic. After the clip ends, Leandro puts the phone down and starts walking through the house, checking every corner, but it's the same story. No one's there. He calls his mum to tell her what happened, but she doesn't really know what to say. That night, he didn't sleep much. The clip was real, the fan moved, the keys moved. He's now starting to think whatever's in that house isn't just a presence, it might be aware of him. On a recent video on this channel, we looked into a household with a haunted pantry, and the poor owners had no idea what steps to take to eradicate the spirit from their home. It was a huge, everyday disturbance, and would do strange things such as show itself as an apparition behind the glass door, or physically open it, and they had enough. One day, the father decided to call a ghost hunting agency to come over and try to figure out the spirit's motivations whilst he stayed with his girlfriend. And once they arrived, this is what their camera caught.
What? Okay, we just got off the phone with the agent. Okay. Now we're going back to the location to see if anything has changed with the pantry door. It's still closed. Still closed. As you can see, this is the actual house. Whether or not I can see something in there is...
Oh my god. I swear it's some movement. I swear it's some movement.
At the door, I thought it was just a reflection.
Upon their first glance into the house, they spotted something behind the pantry, and it immediately confirmed that the house owner was not raising any false alarms. Now all that they needed to do was develop a strategy of how to approach things. After literally 5 minutes of thinking, they managed to conjure one up, and with that solved, they approached the pantry.
Still 12:35. I gotta wait till. What are you going upstairs for? Let's wait. It's 12:35. What are you doing, man? It's 12:35. Dude. Still not a big chance, just in case. She's like, it's from the paranormal. That's okay. Okay, let's go to the house. Yeah. Back it up here. Ready to go. I was just kidding, dude. It's like 12:33. I'm just kidding. We should. Dude, let me hold one, dude. Sure, you can keep one on the pantry.
The door is closed, right?
Keep the door open, dude.
Keep it open when we go upstairs. Is that how it works?
We're going upstairs. No ghost at 12:34.
You chilling here? We should meet out the front. Alright, or do you want to move there? Anyone up here? You want to go check it out?
Let's go check it out.
I think the ghost lives in the pantry, dude. No food in there, though. No way.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I heard it. I told you. Oh my god.
That's gnarly, dude. Dude, you didn't open it? That's pretty nice.
Oh my god, I fucking told you I heard it. I heard it.
Dude, that's cool. I'm going back in.
Chris, I'm out of here, Monas. Let's go. I'm out of here.
Do you want to lock it, though?
Did you open it up? I swear to God, did you?
Nah.
Did you not hear it? Did you not?
I heard it open, dude. That's pretty gnarly.
For quite some time, it seemed that the group would not be able to antagonize the pantry ghost into doing anything spooky for their entertainment. Sometimes ghosts are intelligent enough to realize that the people present are not victims, rather people preying on its downfall, so they stay a bit low-key. But when the crew all went upstairs, it couldn't resist. The pantry door opened itself obnoxiously loudly, as if the spirit was trying to lure the group back downstairs. If this was its overall goal with this sudden movement, though, it was a success because everybody wanted to make sure this was on camera, and coming down led to even more footage. The spirit had awoken.
a.m. 12:03 a.m.
Oh my god.
This was a huge compilation of what the crew were able to capture on that fateful night, and if anyone was in denial of a spiritual presence beforehand, then they should definitely have come to terms with it now. The group are now working with the house owner to come up with possible solutions on how to actually banish the spirit, which is the hard part of the investigation. Make sure to wish them some luck in the comments in case one of them manages to stumble across this video. Regardless, I send my luck. Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, is known for his expeditions to all sorts of haunted places, and the clip that I am about to expose your poor eyes to is from one of these adventures. Ian was visiting a haunted theater all by himself for his YouTube audience, and for quite some time, absolutely nothing happened. Eventually, he stumbled across the largest seating room in the entire complex, though, and this is when he realized somebody or something was in the room alongside him.
Hello? Is there somebody up there? Okay. All right. I gotta go up there. I'm hearing weird noises up there. Hello? Who's up there? If you're up there, could you make another sound? Okay. There's all kinds of weird noises going on up there, so I'm gonna go up there right now and see what's going on. I thought I may have heard somebody up here. Who's up here right now? I know for sure I heard some weird noises up here, and I'm the only one in this building. So, who would be making those noises? That's why I like ghost hunting alone, because anytime I hear something, I know for sure it's not a person.
A metal clang could be heard when he asked for any sign of presence, and he immediately went up the stairs to check. As expected, nothing was up there, so subscribe to continue this story in the next video. The loss was recent, and the pain still hung in the air like fog. Two brothers had been tasked with something no one ever wants to do, choosing a coffin. They walked into the quiet showroom of a local funeral home, unsure of what to say to each other, still processing everything. While one of them waited outside, the other stepped into a small side room lined with display pieces.
Miren, como tenemos rato escuchando ruidos aquí en esta zona. Si vemos, pues está solo. Y creemos que pues hay algo aquí, porque pues se empiezan a mover así como que medio raro. Miren, 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 miren. Miren cómo se mueve, miren, 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 miren. Miren cómo se mueve. No hay nada. No hay nada, no hay nada, no hay nada. Está mi compañero, pero pues si vemos estamos solos.
As he looked around, the head hatch of one of the coffins creaked slightly open on its own, barely a few inches, and then continued to make slight movements. Startled, he paused, watching it for a moment before walking over to check. But when he opened the lid fully, no one was there. Nothing was inside, just empty silence. He quietly left the room and didn't say anything right away. Only later did he mention it to his brother. and even then, he kept it short. Neither of them believed in anything supernatural, but for a second, it felt like something or someone had been trying to say goodbye. Could it have been their mother who passed away? The video was posted by the Source 90, a crew member aboard a small research vessel crossing the Atlantic with a team of scientists conducting a long-term study on deep-sea acoustics. Most of the content from their trip showed the usual calm waves, equipment checks, and life on board. But one night, everything changed.
Can you hear me? Yo, that shit was instantaneous, bro. Oh, I gotta watch my step out here, man. God damn. Where are you? Oh, that's over here. Wait, no, now it's there.
Around midnight, he picked up the camera, whispering about something strange. He asked questions such as, "Can you hear me?" while panning across the dark, empty ocean. The others were below deck, but he'd stepped out after hearing what he described as screams. After beckoning whatever it was to answer him, the sound came from all directions though. The video went viral, with viewers arguing over whether it was the wind, a deep-sea mammal, or something else entirely. A few nights later, he uploaded again.
So I went out on deck to see what it was.
Yo, what is that? What the f is that? We got another one over here? What are those? On each side of the boat? What are those trails called? What's something swimming fast underneath that water? Something swimming real fast underneath that water.
He'd been asleep in his cabin when loud bangs on the deck woke him. At first, he stayed in bed, thinking maybe someone dropped something, but the banging kept happening. Eventually, he grabbed the camera and went up. The deck was almost empty, with a few equally confused scientists there with him. But in the water on both sides of the boat, large water trails were keeping perfect pace with the vessel. The scientists were called up and briefly seen in the background debating what the creatures could be, but none of them could make a confident ID. Some commenters suggested this may be the cause of the paranormal world, but others weren't so sure this was just a case of nerves. After that last encounter, the team spent the next few days in relative peace. The weather was calm, equipment functioned normally, and even the Source 90 admitted in a short update that things felt back to normal. With their destination just a few days away, spirits were higher, and whatever had happened earlier began to feel like a strange but isolated experience. But just when the possibility of a haunting had finally slipped from his mind, everything changed again.
Source 90, and we just out here. We're chilling. We're out here chilling. I hear it.
him. Where's she at? What the fuck is that noise, bro? What is that noise? Where are you? This is crazy. I heard it. I heard it. I hear it. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's crazy.
He was relaxing near the stern of the vessel, casually filming a moment of downtime when it started. The screaming, this time louder, clearer, and seemingly everywhere at once. He walked around the entire deck of the boat, trying to catch a source, but the sound moved with the wind, so no direction made sense. It was this fact that made this incident far more frightening for him, and what began as intrigue had shifted into something far more personal. They had a fear that whatever they'd encountered wasn't random and might not be finished yet, with one more suspicion. What if these were mermaids? Another upload came just a few hours later, and this one shook the comments section in a different way. The research team had been using a bait rig to collect samples as part of their study and caught a small haul of fish just before sunrise. While sorting through them with another crew member, the Source 90 noticed something odd mixed in with the pile.
What's good? Source 90. Don't mind the hair. A little curly today. I have something to show y'all. Peep game! So I was fishing on this fishing trip, right? And something came up in the dredge. That looks like a tail to me. Looks like a tail of a bone to me. I'm gonna take that bone and go to the local university, which is UMass, go to their marine biology department, and find out what the it is, because I don't know about you, I'm curious. I got some questions.
Look at that.
Holding the camera close, he picks up what looks like a slender, pale bone, curved unnaturally and shaped in a way that resembled the lower end of a fin or tail. At first, he laughed it off, thinking it was a deformed fish part, or some leftover cartilage, but as he turned it over and showed the detail, the tone of the video shifted. The Source 90 looked at the camera and explained how he was going to get this properly identified at the local university. Since posting, theories have spiraled. Was it a rare deep-sea creature, a leftover artifact from some shipwrecked species, or worse, something tied to those sounds they kept hearing? The discovery brought a whole new layer of fear, not just of the unknown, but of the possibility that the unknown had left something behind. When they touched back to land, he decided to visit a whale museum to get answers about the strange bone.
So today was the day. I got a call back from the whaling museum, and they had an expert there who was willing to talk to me about the bone that I had found. But look at that, man. Look at those big monstrous animals. Look at those bones. That's crazy.
I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
He was there taking a whole bunch of photos, measuring the thing, emailing certain other people that he knows who might have other insight on it. Yeah, everybody's saying they never seen nothing like it. Usually the bones that come up are like vertebrae and stuff, but nobody's seen anything like this.
Take a photo. Bob asked me to take a photo of it.
Absolutely. You've never seen anything like this?
No. I don't know what it is.
That's crazy.
you don't know what it is.
In the clip, an expert carefully examines it, but admits they can't identify what it is. No clear explanation, so maybe it really is something unknown, perhaps a mermaid after all, but we'll probably never truly know. A group gathered to pray together, each believing deeply in their own innocence. None of them thought they had done enough wrong to ever become a victim of paranormal activity. They were calm, united by their faith, and the hope that their pure intentions would keep them safe. But then, something chilling happened. One of the statues in the room, still and lifeless moments before, suddenly moved its fingers. The slow, subtle motion was eerily creepy, breaking the calm atmosphere and leaving the few who spotted it really frightened. They decided not to inform the group who were praying, however, because it was not something worth disturbing prayer. They asked the group to pray more about revoking demons just in case something truly was out to get them. Let's just hope it works. Ian, better known online as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, has been featured on this channel countless times, visiting some of the scariest and most notoriously haunted places across the country. In this clip, he decided to explore a reportedly haunted theater completely alone. The place had a heavy history and had been abandoned for years, but Ian, as usual, seemed more curious than scared.
Else you can do in this office to let me know that you are here? Could you move one of your books? Something on this shelf?
As he was filming near an old desk, two orbs suddenly appeared and floated across the frame, subtle but clearly visible. Seconds later, a nearby chair shifted on its own, sliding just a few inches without any apparent cause. Ian froze, whispering a reaction under his breath before moving in to inspect the area. Nothing and no one else was there. After leaving the theater, he admitted the place felt heavier than most he's visited, and wasn't sure if it was just haunted or something worse. Subscribe for future clips with Ian. A man was working late one night on his small business setup at home when he started to hear a faint but repetitive knocking sound. At first, he thought it was just the house settling or maybe something outside. But as the knocking persisted, he began tracing the sound and realized it was coming from a cabinet across the room. Curious and slightly uneasy, he pulled out his phone and began to record.
Yo, I've been hearing fucking knocking sounds coming from this room. You hear that? Oh my god. What the fuck? Hello? 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 Bro, I'm fucking out of here, bro. Fuck this.
In the video, the cabinet door suddenly opens itself just a crack. He walks over cautiously, then opens the door fully, only to find it completely empty. There was no mechanism, no airflow, no trick, just an eerie silence as the camera catches him backing away. After the encounter, he decided to leave the workspace for the night. Though he tried to brush it off, he later admitted to friends that the moment felt unnatural, and he's been hesitant to work in that room after dark ever since. A man on TikTok had been relaxing at home when he heard strange sounds coming from upstairs. It wasn't the usual creaks or settling. It sounded like movement. Instead of brushing it off, he decided to film and share what was happening with his followers. Grabbing his phone, he headed to the top of the stairs and stood at the end of the hallway. Here is what he was able to capture.
Alright, tell me I'm a crack. Every time I turn off the light, there's like a shadow there. Watch. You see that? What the f? What the f? Tell me I'm not a crack, dude. Hell no. What the f? Dude, I'm out of here. Ma.
He pans the camera across the hall to show that no one is there, then focuses on one specific doorway. As he turns the light off, a shadowy figure appears in the frame, standing motionless. He flips the light back on, nothing. Off again, the shadow is back. He does this several times, each time getting more anxious as the figure disappears and reappears with the flick of the switch. Eventually, without saying a word, he turns the camera away and quickly leaves the house. After posting the clip, his followers were quick to flood the comments with theories, ranging from a trick of the light to something far more unsettling. The man later explained he had never experienced anything like that before, and still doesn't have an explanation. Since the video, he hasn't spent the night alone in that house and is thinking about moving out altogether if it ever happens again. Sherry and her co-worker were finishing up their shift at around 7:30 p.m., going through their usual end-of-day tasks at the crematorium where they both worked. It had always been a quiet place, professionally run, and nothing out of the ordinary had ever happened in all their years working there. The idea of anything paranormal seemed far-fetched until that night. While checking the security cameras, they noticed something strange on one of the monitors and decided to record it on a phone. The footage shows a body completely covered in a white blanket, resting on a stretcher in the prep room. Without warning, the covered body begins to shift ever so slightly, then more noticeably, as if something underneath was adjusting itself or trying to move. Neither Sherry nor her co-worker were anywhere near it at the time, and the room had been closed off. Both stood in stunned silence as they watched the movement happen in real time on the screen. The body was cremated the following day as scheduled, and no further strange activity has occurred at the facility since. Sherry later said they still don't have any answers, and they've chosen not to talk about it much around their co-workers. While it hasn't changed how they feel about the job, it's a moment they won't forget anytime soon. Dr. Kamal and a nurse were sharing a quick laugh during a short break, standing together in one of the quieter hallways of the hospital around midnight. Nothing had felt off up to that point. They were joking around as usual, and Kamal casually held his phone, already recording as part of a light-hearted prank he was planning on pulling. The moment was relaxed and normal, until it suddenly wasn't.
Es que te estoy enfocando a las boobies. Ah, no mames.
¿Qué?
Pasó algo.
¿Qué pasó? No mames.
A ver, ven. No mames, pasó algo, te lo juro que pasó algo, ¿eh?
Se mueve, ya se mueve.
Vete a la verga.
Yo no voy.
No mames.
While the camera rolls, a ghostly figure silently walks past an open doorway just a few feet behind them. It's brief, but the movement is clear. Both Kamal and the nurse stop mid-laugh, frozen. He immediately steps forward to check the hallway, confused and shaken, but finds no one there. Then, just before he turns back, a walking assistant that had been still in the hallway glides a few inches across the floor on its own, startling both of them again. The video left viewers stunned, and Kamal uploaded it mostly to get opinions on what they'd seen. As far as he knows, no one matching the figure's outline was anywhere in the building at the time. That part of the hospital had been empty. Since then, the two have continued working their shifts, but neither of them walks through that hallway without glancing over their shoulder anymore. Sabia has been included in one of the recent videos on my channel, and her story continues this time. In the last video, she had been experiencing all sorts of paranormal experiences in her own home, and this was because one had followed her when she visited an abandoned house with her now ex-boyfriend. She lived alone in this house and had no idea how to deal with the spirit, so had to knuckle down and deal with it. This video is a prime example of the sort of things that happen on a day-to-day basis for her. Take a look.
Dat lichtknipper er weer aan en uit in de hal. Oh, in het nieuwe huis. Helemaal klaar mee. Oh. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga daar niet naartoe. Ik bel wel iemand.
Once again, the spirit performed its signature act of messing with the lights before expanding its powers to whole different levels. From a swinging light to a ghostly apparition, this was shocking, and I really do hope that Sabia becomes okay in the future. Make sure to wish your luck too in the comment section.